Before I begin my speech or talk, I want you all to close your eyes, okay? I know it's weird, trust me, but I want you to at least think. Just close your eyes and try to imagine the situation that I'm thinking. So imagine you're tired. Imagine you've just come from a long day of work or school or whatever it is, and you're just tired and you want to do nothing but relax. So you decide, well, I'm going to take a shower. So then you, throw your bags on the couch and then you just open the tap. And when you're in that experience, you feel the hot water suddenly going towards you. You feel so immersed in that experience. You feel relaxed. Are you all feeling relaxed right now? I can tell. So you seem in a sense of calm and your mind is like, you're very calm right now. And just as you're in that experience, something horrible comes in your mind. And that thing is that the answer you put on your math test was completely wrong. So, ladies and gentlemen, now you may all open your eyes right now, but why does this happen? Have any of you felt in any way that when you're completely relaxed in an environment, there's something really embarrassing occurs across you and it just ruins the whole day for you? Has everyone experienced this? Now, have you all wondered why this happens? How this happens and when it happens? You see a couple of hands over there. Now, if you answered yes to all those questions, then you're just as confused as I am. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will be walking you through my topic. I will walk you through some personal experience of mine. So, I got to know this TED Talk from a friend over here in Al-Khalij International School. She told me about this TED Talk and naturally, I decided to sign up. And, I thought nothing would happen, so I registered and I didn't check my email for a few days until I finally opened it and there was a message from the TEDxYouth GEMSAlKhaleejSchool International School. And there it tells I've been selected and I have 1 week to present my talk. So, I do the only natural thing when I come to a deadline. I spend not 1, not 2, but 3 all-nighters just writing a TED Talk. And this TED Talk was all about procrastination. The only reason I decided to do this because I thought, well, it was the only thing I knew about at the time and I was procrastinating there and then. I wrote the best talk you could ever imagine. It was really good. It was very well structured. And well, after I finished writing it, I decided to take a break. I was scrolling through YouTube on my phone and to my horror, I saw a TED Talk. Not just any TED Talk, a TED Talk about procrastination. And to make matters worse, that TED Talk is one of the most viewed TED Talks in the history of TED Talks. And naturally, I think to myself, and the video which was there, it all highlighted almost the exact same points that I had. And naturally I think, well, I'm screwed, aren't I? So I try not to think about it. I go in the shower and I just think to myself, what should I do? What will I do? What will I do? And then, naturally, an idea comes across me. It just connected, just like that. And I don't know how to tell you, but when I was there, I knew I wanted to write about this talk, exactly. And when I had to delete my whole talk, it felt just like this. It felt like someone had just poured coffee over all my work and all my hard work was gone. But in spite of adversity, I created another TED Talk. And I bet a bunch of you have heard about Archimedes' law of buoyancy when, before he discovered this, he was sitting in a bathtub and when he discovered it, he was singing Eureka, Eureka, naked across the streets. I felt almost the exact same way. And it was almost the same thing, except without the naked running, of course. So, here I am. This is the TED Talk, my personal experience of how I got this TED Talk. Now, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the scientific reason, the main reason to why I'm presenting this. Why this happens. So, first of all, before I had to delete my entire TED Talk, when I finally decided what to do, I took this TED Talk very seriously when I got a call. I scanned 2 brains from a proper neurologist. And no, I'm not kidding. I went to a proper neurologist and I got 2 brain scans. One brain was from a person who was relaxed, perhaps who didn't have anything more on his head, while the other one was a person who was stressed. Stressed meaning he had a lot of things going on in his head and everything was going wrong for this person. So I know a lot of you are neurologists, but bear with me. And this is a person of a relaxed mind. Now, what do you see over here? You see a head. Now, if you all even figured out, yes, I drew this myself. I'm not used to it. So, the first thing you see over here is a headpiece. That small stick figure you see over there. That is responsible for making all the decisions in your brain. So if you ever done something stupid in your life, you can just blame that thing over there. So, and those tiny boxes you see, those are what we call as memories. Now, memories meaning not just what you've memorized from a test or something, but these are everything, what you've learned from your start of your birth. It could be gestures, could be hand movements. There could be an entire box labeled just like what things to do when you have insomnia. Now, going off topic for a bit, who has insomnia? Who here? Okay, well, then a box, a memory unit will directly be made for you over here in your mind. Now, and the headpiece is the only one who can access these memories. Now, this is a relaxed mind, but let me show you what is a stressed mind. This is a stressed mind. Now, do you notice a difference, ladies and gentlemen? You notice the smoke. Who have you noticed a difference in these two pictures? I see a lot of hands over there. You're right, you're absolutely correct, because that thing over there is what we call smoke, and that is generated by stress. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's important to know that we don't know where the stress comes from. We don't know why it is caused, but we do know one thing for sure. The headpiece can't access any of the information when you're stressed. And this is not helpful because when you're in a test or an exam, this is exactly what you'll be experiencing. And when you feel like you don't understand, you can't access, when you're trying to answer a question, you can't answer it. That's because that stress is covering those memory units, and that is extremely important. And now the headpiece will obviously try to access as much information as it can, but eventually it becomes too unstable when you're too stressed. So do you all see that switch over there? That switch is what the headpiece does as a final fail-safe. That is something what will destroy the stress, and that is the emergency switch. Now the emergency switch, as you can see, it releases some chemicals. Now these chemicals will definitely, well, at least destroy the stress. But in the end, have any of you noticed an emotion, what the human is feeling? What emotion is this human feeling right now? Can any of you tell me? Yes. Now I heard some crying, I heard some anger, and both of them are correct. You experience different forms of emotion when this emergency switch is released. You may experience crying, you may experience anger, you may experience sadness, but know that this is helping you, ladies and gentlemen. This chemicals that it releases, that emergency switch, it combats the stress, it destroys the smoke, but it releases through various forms of emotions. Now, it's important to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that some people hate themselves because of this. Some people who are emotional, like myself, do hate themselves because they wonder, why am I crying? Why am I angry all the time? Why is this happening to me? And they hate themselves for it, but they don't understand the importance of it. They don't understand how much it's helping them. They don't understand that this thing is going to be helping them later on in the future. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have to ask, do any of you have any upcoming tests or exams? Yes, I see a couple of yeses over there. So, yes, I see a couple of yeses over there. So, okay, no problem. But next time you have a test or exam. Now, before I move on to that, my conclusion, you all must be wondering why I've been talking about ideas and why I've been talking about showers and this whole brain thing. I did tell you in the beginning that there would be a special message embedded in this. Now, this special message is, do not take stress, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you have to understand, when you take stress, that is because it happens in an environment you are stressed in. When you're feeling anxiety, when you're feeling palpitations, that's because you're in a stressed environment. You must feel relaxed. You must feel that down to earth, and that could happen anywhere you please, anywhere you like. Now, that could be in a place you love, it could be in a park, or it could be in the shower. So, my conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I want you, next time you have a test or exam, or whenever you're stressed, just think that you obviously will experience emotions later on. It's okay to have emotions. It's okay to feel emotions. And next time, when you are stressed, just hop in the shower. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for me. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you so much. Have a great day.